Yes, sir, right then, lads. Welcome back to Kosi System Podcast. My name is Kosi. We are back again. Arsenal have lost another important game. 2-1 at the Goodson Park. We have not won a game in our last two games. No point in our possible last 6 points. And what is interesting is that in our last 4 games, we have won 1 and lost 3. Absolutely fuming with that performance. But of course, it's all about Anu's comment, and that is what we are gonna speak about in this video. Because he said, but why did Arteta remove Kian Tierney and put Nuno Tavares? Everyone can see Kian Tierney is far better than Nuno. That is the problem with Mikel Arteta, and that is my problem. That is my problem. The substitutions in that game, an absolute disgrace, absolute disgrace. The substitutions, I do not understand. I understand nothing. I don't know. He's gone from making right decisions to getting them all wrong again. I do not understand. There's so many things I don't understand in this game, but we're gonna be diving into that. We're gonna be speaking Mikel Arteta and how he lost this game. Look, the same Manchester United game. The same game. I said it in the preview. This is a game, again, sides that are struggling, but they are good. They have the quality. They can beat you. They can hurt you. You've got to give them respect. You've got to take them by surprise. You've got to be good on your game. We didn't do that. And for me, it's Mikel today. It's Mikel Arteta today. Yes, we will talk about Nuno Tavares, Aubameyang missing another chance. Get him out. Get him out. Edin Ketia, again, of course, you're going to ask many questions. Why is he even coming on? Another disgrace. But anyway, guys, let's speak the game and let's speak how the game has actually gone, because it's absolutely heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. You know what I'm going to say? One, let's start off with Mikel Arteta. Team selection, I think he was on point. Kian Tierney replaces Nuno Tavares after Nuno had a very, very poor game. And everybody understood why Kian Tierney replaced. And actually, I did celebrate the fact that Kian Tierney actually came on, for Nuno Tavares in the starting lineup. And you saw he did his job absolutely well. Richarlison is one of those players that are really dangerous, deadly. You've got to be very good. You've got to be on a very good day in office. And I think he did well, honestly. I think Kian Tierney did well. The cross that actually gave us the goal, it was Kian Tierney that put in that cross, decent cross, perfectly weighted, and then we went 1-0 up. That is the end of the game. Just like, I don't know what. This is a problem we've had from last season. And I don't know why we do not deal with these problems match day in, match day out, season in, season out. I don't understand what Mikel Arteta thinks when he's going to play these quality sides. It's the same way we lost against United. It's the same way we've lost against Everton. You take the lead, and then 70 minutes, I said it when I was watching the game, 70 minutes, we are parking the bus. 70 minutes, we are on time wasted. 70 minutes, it's like, we are playing. The mentality is so backward. The mentality is so, it's so primitive. That mentality cannot get you top 4. That mentality cannot get, it can't get us anywhere. That's the truth. The mentality is an absolute shambles. The mentality of this team is negative. It's the worst mentality I've seen with the team in a very, very long time. And it is from the manager. You can see it. It's from the manager. If you look at the substitutions he's making, if you look at how he's handling the instructions, yes, he's going to come in the press conferences and say, we didn't control the game when we scored, just like he said against Manchester United. But the truth is, the mentality of the manager is so poor. Very, very, very poor. Absolutely, embarrassing. We are 1-0 down. We are 1-0 up. Everton are struggling to get back in the game. We know we can expose them, And we did that so many times when we had the goal. And what we decided to do is defend. Defend the ball, defend the football, sit back and defend the ball. I don't understand. I don't get that. I don't understand how you start defending football when there are 20 minutes to go. It happened against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace got an equalizer. They got a second goal, and we were lucky to get an equalizer in that game, and we celebrated like absolute fools. It happened against Manchester United. Actually, against United, we started defending the ball as soon as the first half. As soon as we got the goal in the first half, we started defending. We started sitting back. We started time wasted. You don't start time wasted at 70 minutes. You don't start time wastage at 60 minutes. That is what we were doing. We came back in the second half with a rotten mentality, with a rotten game plan. Sit behind the ball and don't let them cut through you. That's a rotten game plan. A rotten game plan. And for me, this loss is on Mikel Arteta. Just look at the substitutions he made and how we lost that game. It was easy to see in that game, Lacazette had to come off because he was playing shit. He was absolute shit in that game. He had to come off absolutely, right? You had to look. If you wanted to do game management, I thought you would have added a midfielder there because our midfield was being torn apart. Partey, absolute shit. Thomas Partey again. And I don't understand. I don't understand how he doesn't see this. I don't know how he looks at the game and he goes, Kieran Tierney should come out of this pitch first. How does Kieran Tierney deserve to get off that pitch first? He was our only source of creativity. In the first half, only source of creativity, and the only goal we scored was from Kieran Tierney. So what I don't understand is how Tierney then becomes a problem for us to get him off the pitch. I don't understand that. And then he brings on Nuno Tavares. Big up, well done. Brings on Nuno, and what Nuno does is he commits the same mistake he did against Liverpool, the same mistake against Manchester United, the same mistake. I don't know how he takes that throw in, because he takes it, Partey heads it back to him, and then somehow he just gives the ball to Everton. I don't know whether he does these things unconsciously or he's young or I don't understand. But that tendency of costing the team all the time, it has to stop. It has to stop. You can't have one player, giving away moments. We were handling that game absolutely fine. Even if he didn't make a substitution, we just needed to change our mentality. But he puts off Kieran Tierney, and I'm surprised. Gabriel Martinelli gets injured and then brings on Eddie Nketiah. By the way, I'm going to say this. However much I think Eddie Nketiah was the wrong substitution, Eddie did well because he set up Martin Odegaard on 2 occasions. Odegaard should have scored at least, actually, both of them. Odegaard could have had a hat trick today, because for me, the first ball that Eddie set up, set up for him. Yes, Ben Godfrey really does well to block. It's a fantastic block, but Odegaard should do better. Should hit the target on the first ball that Eddie Nketiah gives him, and he also because for me, on the second ball, Odegaard again should be hitting the target. So Eddie, however much I think should have been the right substitution, because look at that chance that Eddie Nketiah misses. Look at that. It's him and the ball. It's a beautiful ball from Saka, and I don't know how Eddie Nketiah doesn't score that. I don't know how he misses that. I don't understand. But guys, the truth is this team has a problem with the mentality, and that is what we have to speak about in this video, right from the manager. You remember when I was saying before the game that if we had a better manager, we would be doing better than we are. Because one, it goes beyond playing football, the mentality, right? We've been doing well for almost 3 months, and then all of a sudden we have thrown it away against teams that are worthless, against teams that are really doing poorly, against teams that are struggling. Everton, of all teams in the world, Everton, they've not won a game in 8. This is what I'm saying. We gave it away to an Everton side that have not won a game in 8 games, to a Manchester United side that have been struggling for 2 consecutive footballing months. That's what I'm saying. There is something with the mentality. Whenever we've scored, we've always been under massive pressure. The Leicester City game, we were lucky to go away with points. The Crystal Palace game, we were lucky to go away with points. We were not lucky against United. We were not lucky against Everton. And many Arsenal fans don't see this. They think you're Arsenal, you're against the club, you are a rival fan and things like that. It's not being a rival fan. It's saying the truth that there is a big problem with the mentality of this team. Great job to start Lacazette by Mikel Arteta, but again, it didn't work. Get him off then. Get him off. Maybe bring on anyone, right? Because for me, when Martinelli gets off the pitch, he was again a much-needed player. I don't see how Eddie Nketiah fits in, but of course, I'm gonna give Eddie a lot of credit because when he comes on, he did very well. Very, very well. But it's the mentality, guys. It's the mentality. The likes of Thomas Partey, they were shit today. No player in the Arsenal side goes away with, walks away with it. All the players there are absolute mugs. I don't take their performance. I really, really do not take the performance. The goals scored by Everton, it should have been 4-1. It should have been maybe 4-2. Right? Because how many goals did they score and they were disallowed? Of course, it's VAR, but the first goal, Richarlison, VAR disallows it. Again, the second goal by Richarlison, VAR disallows it. And that shows you the difference between the mentality Everton had today and the mentality that we had on that pitch today. That was the difference. It was the mentality. There are 2 goals disallowed. They kept on pushing and pushing and pushing. They scored 2 more legit goals. And Arsenal, somehow, our mentality is stuck. When you score a goal, that's the end of it. Don't go further. It's the end of it. I don't understand. I absolutely don't understand how we've got to this place. 8 consecutive games unbeaten in the league, and now we are giving away points like we are an amateur side. And the midfield is a shambles, and the forward is a shambles, and the defense, the only piece of quality that we had, has also become a shambles. It goes back to the fact that we have a novice manager that doesn't know what to do when it comes to these situations. Look, even if you get, for me, this side, even if we had the best players in the world, we could have lost this game. We would have lost this game. Even if we had Pogba next to Partey, with Kevin De Bruyne and maybe Iniesta and Xavi, we would have lost this game because the mentality that the players have is when you score a goal, don't go too far, don't look for a second, protect what we have. But we come in games at 0-0. We come in games with nothing, with just 1 point. But defending football, defending the ball, creating low blocks at 70th minute, that is what is costing us games. Trying to defend 1-0 leads is costing us games. I don't know whether the mentality is from the coaching. I don't know where the mentality is coming from, but that mentality is absolute shit. Absolute shit. Oloranti says, "Cause I'm not happy tonight. Arsenal team is a disgrace. It's disgusting. But why did Arteta remove Kientene? I think the substitutions for me, he got them wrong. I mean, we can't say anything more than that. He got the substitutions wrong, and I don't know. I don't know what he was trying to do, honestly. No one knows what he was thinking. No one knows what he was trying to do. But whatever he did, it was wrong. Because for me, getting on Nuno Tavares, I don't see how he was impacting that game. I really didn't see, because we were not really attacking. Was he trying to create an outlet? We were not attacking. We were sitting back. We were defending. And if you're defending, Nuno Tavares is not the player you bring on. I don't understand why he brings on Nuno Tavares. I don't understand that. I don't. And Rukan Media, big up by Manny, says Arteta is right to claim for a centre forward. Tavares misses again. I think the fact that he wants a centre forward works, but the fact that his game and the mentality is I mean, even if you ask for a centre forward, yeah, maybe take one or two chances, but how do you start defending football at 70 minutes? How do you start wasting time? We started wasting time, and that shows you the mentality, the rotten mentality. Look at the other teams around us. Look at Spurs, just mere Spurs. They were playing Norwich, and they couldn't stop scoring. United against Crystal Palace. All the teams that I'm looking at in the Premier League, they're providing something. We are not providing something. Actually, I'm gonna say, we literally offered next to zero in that game. Everton, well-deserved lead, well-deserved win. They deserved the 3 points. They did everything. They possessed the game. They were enthusiastic. They wanted whatever thing they got, and they got it. So for me, absolute shit. Absolute shit. Not much to speak about. Absolute shit. The substitutions are wrong. Arteta is to blame for this one. Arteta is to blame for this one. There's no one else. There's no one else. George says, let Arteta go. Taika says, Arteta out. Kenneth says, Arteta out. And then George says, we can get Lampard to replace him. Lampard is absolute shit as well. Absolute shit. I wouldn't go for him, honestly. I don't go for Lampard. There is no reason. There's no justification as to why I sack Mikel Arteta and go for Lampard. For Lampard, there is no justification. No. Taika says Arsenal look lack another striker. I think. Look, there is the point of us not being very clinical. It's there. We were not clinical. We needed because for me in that game again, you needed to take only 2 chances to win it. Edin Ketia, how does he miss that? Like that range, that quality of delivery from Saka, how does he miss that? How does he head it on the post? And when, you can see, right? You can see why I always say Nketiah out. Don't tell me shit. Nketiah out. No reason as to why Nketiah should be playing at Arsenal. Because I don't know how he misses that. I don't know how he misses that. And then Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, anyone would have said, why bring on Nketiah? Bring on Aubameyang. Aubameyang, in the dying minutes of the game, he does what he does best these days, misses another glorious chance, right? Odegaard missed 2 chances. We are not clinical. We don't take our chances. It is the Premier League. It's December. It's the Premier League. It's December. Clubs are looking for vital points. I thought we would get a point, by the way. I thought we would get a point in this game. At least the worst would have been a point. But it's a shambles. It's a disgrace. We didn't even come out with a point. So, again, the fact that we need a striker is on the table. But I don't think it is, the most pressing at the moment. The creativity is also lacking. That team doesn't create anything. Absolutely. It's not. That midfield, Partey, Xhaka, they were dead. They were dead. And big up to Everton, and honestly, big up to Everton. We can't take the credit alone for being poor. They were also good. Richard Hand says Arsenal love chicken, and then Powell says why bring on Ketia instead of Pepe. And then Victor says, Kosi, I think now we are back to our official table standing, 10th and 11th. That's where we belong. Why doesn't he play Lokonga? I mean, look, you lot are going to ask a lot of questions, right? You people are going to ask a lot of questions that I do not have answers to, right? Because for me, again, yes, Xhaka had a perfect return, But why rush a player like Granit Xhaka who's been out for all that time? Why rush Xhaka back? Why did he rush Xhaka back? Right? Lokonga has been performing well, and he's dropped him for. I mean, we are back to where we were last season. Good players on the bench, poor players on the pitch. I mean, is he learning? We are looking at a manager that we are giving a lot of time to learn on the job, but is he really learning? That's the question. He puts off Kienteni, he plays Xhaka right from injury. Right from injury. Xhaka plays right from injury. I don't get it. I don't get it. Partey has one of the worst games in his life. We saw that. He brings in Edin Ketia. I don't get whether the manager... And for me, look, I can't even say I don't get it. I've said it. He's a manager that is learning on the job, and these are the penalties you get. You have a team that is learning on the job, and a manager that is managing the team does not have any single bit of experience. He has nothing to back him up. That's what you get. I don't know. I don't know. Big up to Everton. Honestly, guys, big up to Everton. They got their win. It was a clean win. No penalty, no free kicks, no nothing. Demarai Gray with a screamer. Well done. And that's it. And Arsenal lose another game. And we give away another 3 points. Another 3 points. The table standings as they are at the moment. And this is, this is the most saddening part of it, right? Table standing. We could have gone back to top 4, top 5. Now we are 7th. We are a point behind Manchester United. We are 2 points behind Tottenham, and Tottenham have a game in hand. We have 4 points against West Ham. It's gone. It's gone. We are not going to recover from this. It's gone. It's gone. By the time we hit January, we will be around 10 points off top 4. It's gone. It's absolutely gone. And I'm not going to say it's on the players. This one is on the manager. Absolutely. The Manchester United game, I thought Tavares would come off that game. He has the guts to put off Kienteni, but he doesn't have the guts to put off Nuno Tavares. He doesn't have the guts. Interesting. Really interesting. And I know deep down he knows he lost this game. He cost us this game. He's a disgrace. He's been a disgrace in this one, an absolute shambles. I'm not going to call for the manager to be sacked at the moment, not really, because we have Southampton. Southampton, we might bounce back. We've been so poor on the road. We've been very, very poor away from home, and that shows you. I said it in the preparatory stream that we've only collected 7 points away from home and scored 7 goals. So we have only collected 7 points away from this season in 8 games and scored 8 goals in 8 games this season. Shambles. Lost 3 out of our last 5. I have nothing to say about this game, really. Nothing more to say about this game. It's so negative, right? That mentality is so negative. We have the worst mentality in the Premier League. Honestly, we have the worst mentality in the Premier League. Simon says Arteta is learning nothing. Sunday says Simon says Arteta is learning nothing, and Simon says and Sunday says Arteta do not know his job. I'm not happy with them. Joseph says, what's the problem with Arsenal? Poor feeding or what? I mean, I don't think it's the feeding. Anu says Arteta needs to go, seriously. What is interesting is, where Manchester United have been with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, unless we get there, he's not going to get sacked until the end of the season. He's going to sign more players, and when he gets a completely good team, that is when he's going to get sacked. So throughout this season, it's Mikel Arteta. He's not going to get sacked. And you know what I'm going to say is I'm going to be fuming because we're going to miss out on Europa League football. We're going to miss it, not because we are not good enough. I think we should be competing with Spurs at the moment. I think we should be ahead of United at the moment. Yes, they might be, United could be better than us in terms of quality, but form, they're not. They're not really better than us. But look, finally, they're above us, in sixth. And for me, it's gone, guys. It's gone. There is nothing we are bringing back. We are gonna start struggling seventh, eighth. We are now only 2 points ahead of Wolves. We are 3 points ahead of Brighton, and we are 4 points ahead of Aston Villa. Aston Villa are in position 10. Leicester City are also picking up points these days. We are 5 points ahead of Aston Villa. So, it's getting worse, right? It's getting worse and worse and worse. But anyway, guys, that is my match reaction. I think we really did we really performed very, very poorly in this game, and I'll speak to you very early tomorrow in the morning. I think when we look at the game better, because for me now there is nothing. There is nothing. That is a game we should have won. We throw it away. I got no better words. Good night. Big up to everyone who's tuned in for this match reaction. George, Rokani, Edward, the likes of Olivia Sunday and Simon. Big up. I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. But obviously, we've lost that game. The Goodson Park.